Hello and welcome to a video where I will be showing you how to make your own Minecraft server using a GoDaddy VPS virtual private server. Now, why do I need to specify the title if you already know the title? Well, I want to make sure that you're in the right place. Of course, like I said, GoDaddy virtual private server is what we're going to be using. But not only that, we're also going to need a few other things. So I'm going to go ahead and list those for you. We're going to need Git Bash, which is a terminal basically. You get to type in commands, instructions, if you will, for the server through there. You'll see what I mean once we actually get to that part. We will also need, of course, like I said, the GoDaddy virtual private server. And we also need, of course, a Minecraft account and a Minecraft, downloaded, ready to go. You do not need to download any server files, directly to your computer, because that will all be done through the terminal. Now, I don't think I'm forgetting anything. I'll be sure to leave all the commands that are necessary down below. And that is pretty much all I remember at this moment that you will need. If there is something that I did not remember that, haven't stated, I'll be sure to do that later. But now that I've listed basically what you need, I'll go ahead and follow along in the tutorial. After I tell you my recommendation. What I recommend using this method, go ahead and skip ahead if you don't care about my recommendation. I'll leave a, chapters, whatever. So I do not recommend this because there are other, providers that give you a better service than, GoDaddy would. The GoDaddy virtual private server is meant more for how do I say this? It's meant more for websites, storing content and whatnot, and for basically businesses trying to, self-manage their data, or, fully managed by them, whatever you want to go with. But yeah, if you're more if you're more comfortable with having a virtual private server with them, you could go ahead, but the value isn't there. But if you have the money and you feel like it's worth it, then yeah, definitely go for it. If I may, the only reason I say this is because I'm going to go ahead and switch to the website, which I will be mentioning now. This is the website I will be talking about, ServerMiner. Just as an example, I have used them before. They are reliable. I'm not sponsored. They didn't pay me to say this or anything. I did at one point have a coal server, and also an iron server for quite a while, or lapis. Can't remember which one. I think it was an iron one. Point is, these were very good servers. They were worth their cost. Whereas a GoDaddy, the one that I'm using, is about $11, and I'm only able to use 1 gig. And I'll show you this through my panel in a moment here. But that being said, if you want to actually host a Minecraft server, it is best to do it through someone like ServerMiner, or forget what the other ones. I think Hostinger does it. Hostinger also does websites and virtual private servers too, but they also offer Minecraft service, which is pretty cool. So yeah, just look around, try to find something better than what I'm doing here. Unless you feel like their service is reliable, then go ahead and go with GoDaddy. It's honestly all up to you. It's just my recommendation. Go with someone who dedicates themselves to that sort of thing. Let me show you the panel and what I'm talking about in terms of resources now. All right, so here we are in my dashboard. there's my server IP. Obviously, I'm probably going to have this taken down by the time this is uploaded, but I do have one CPU core, 2 gigs of RAM, 40 gigabytes of disk space, and 100% uptime monitoring. So that refers to being able to see all this stuff. Yeah, that's pretty much what it comes with. Like I said, these 40 gigs, I don't think it's necessary. Maybe if you want to install something like a modded Minecraft server, but even then, I wouldn't recommend this because the RAM, this specific tier, which is you know the first of many tiers. And where can you go to get your own server, your virtual private server, for this tutorial? You can go to godaddy.com/hosting/VPS hosting. And here I have the 1V CPU, $10 a month, which came out to about $11, including the fees and taxes and whatever that they had included. But yeah, what comes, this is only Linux only. They also have a Windows, I believe, for these other ones. So if you're looking into virtual private servers, look into this site. But for our purposes, for my purpose, I went with this one because I was just looking to test out virtual private servers in general. And I came up with the idea, test out, hey, can I install a Minecraft server on here? And yeah, come to find out you can. Once you have your GoDaddy virtual private server, we can move on to the other parts of the tutorial, which includes trying to get into the thing. So how do you get into your virtual private server? Well, let's go ahead and do that right now. So here we have Git Bash, and it will look like this once you open it up, and it should be able to get you straight into the server. So how do you get in? So what you'll need is your account information, which includes your username. In my case, it's that, and your IP. And once you have that typed in, next thing you need to do is put in your password. All right. And I've already typed in my password, and you can see here I am inside the terminal. The terminal itself is part of the virtual private server. So what we need to do now is create a folder, make directory games. The directory already exists for me, and so we're gonna go cd games, right? And now we need to make a directory called Minecraft. You type make directory like that, and then Minecraft. Of course, I'm not gonna do that because I already have it. All right, and so you're gonna see that I have a whole bunch of stuff here pertaining to my server that I have already created, and it's running here, as you can see. In my, let me put that up. Should be able to see me in game. There you go. Look, I am on my server right now. Okay, so that's that. Now, in order to get to a point like that, you need the commands, which I will be providing you. Okay, now there are more commands that we need to issue. One of them is this command here, which I have pasted into the terminal because it is quite a long command to type out. And I wanted to discuss that this command actually comes from a tutorial from Amazon. They have their own service that you can use as well for Minecraft server hosting, but I do not recommend it. The price for the what is it there, 1 gigabyte or 2 gigabyte version is just about the same as the 2 GB version that I'm using, and honestly, the one from GoDaddy is way better. So, if you consideration, comparisons here, GoDaddy is worth it in that regard. But that being said, there is an option, or there is a utility that you need in order to have 1.17 specifically run on your Ubuntu, virtual private server, your Linux virtual private server. You need open JDK -16-JDK. Now, why do we need this? Well, it is required to run the server itself, which we'll be getting in a moment. Now, I'm not going to run this command. I've already done this, but this is the command that you'll need. It's provided in the description. Once that's done, you can finally use the sudo wget command, which I will also provide in the description. It looks like this. If you want, link to the AWS tutorial as well will be provided in the description where I'm getting these commands from. Now, I would not follow the AWS version specifically. Why is that? Well, this command is the one that sort of messed me up when I was trying to set up my own Lightsail server with AWS. For a beginner, you wouldn't notice that the link that they provide isn't the one for the most recent Java edition. So, what's the problem with that? Well, not all, current Java version, for example, 1.17 doesn't work with 1.16, and you get the point. If I have a server that's 1.8 and have 1.16, I can't connect to it. You need to have the right server version and the right Minecraft version for them to work together. That being said, in order to get the download file, which you want to go, or where you want to go actually, is to the Minecraft website. Right click and copy link. I'll provide a link to the server download, so that way you can do that. And here we go. We have the sudo wget mcserver.jar. This just creates this just gets the server jar from the URL, and it titles it mcserver.jar. Honestly, you can name it whatever you want. You could just title it server jar if you wanted to, like so, like that. This -o means output the file that we get from this link right here, and call it mcserver.jar. Okay, now that I've explained that command, go ahead, run that. I'm going step by step. I'm sorry it's a little slow, but please bear with me. I want to make sure that you understand everything. So now that you have that, you can run the command sudo java blah blah blah, this right here. I'll be in the description. We are allocating 1 gig, the max and minimum, I believe, or something like that. Can't remember what exactly these stand for, but point is 1 gig, right? And we are using a jar file called mcserver.jar. Whatever you titled it, go here. It goes here, and then no GUI, which means, or no GUI if you want to call it like that. There's some people that call it GUI. I call it GUI, but basically means don't output something that I can interact physically with using my mouse. Like, for example, this right here is a GUI, because I can minimize, I can close, I can do this, right? That sort of thing. And I can type stuff here and whatnot, right? I don't want anything like that. That tells me, oh, you have this many resources, yada yada. So yeah, that's what that does. Once you do that, you will get an error that will tell you, hey, you need to accept the EULA, in which then you go ahead and change the permissions on that using this command. Now, don't type this exactly. In my case, I am this user. The default user for Ubuntu is Ubuntu, but in your case, you would have set up your own username through GoDaddy, whatever it is. Go ahead and type it there. If you don't know what it is, go into your account, into that server monitor or that server dashboard area, go to your settings, and then you will see your login credentials, which is just your username. And then once that, you have that taken care of, you're pretty much good to go. In terms of, okay, now you know your username, put it in here into this command and execute it. Now that means that the file, the eula, can be modified by you. So from here, what we want to do, once you change the permissions on that, do this: echo eula equals true, and this changes the statement eula to be accepted to true, right? If you have experience with Minecraft servers, you would know what I'm talking about. But you could check out that file later if you want on your own accord by going nano, and then I believe it is eula, and then you'll see some information pop up. That's if you want to get more into the nitty gritty of what the eula looks like. It's just the simple one line from what I remember. Now that that's over with, you can run the sudo java command with your the name of your server here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and stop now because we have one more thing to do. And you might be wondering, what is that one thing that we need to do? Well, typically when someone sets up a Minecraft server on their own computer, they would need to go into their router, modem, whatever thing, log in and change their or add some information regarding the ports. In Minecraft, you have the default port being 25565. Now, you don't need to know this. This is in the server properties file that which is listed here. Once you run the command and whatnot for starting the server. But my point being that you won't be able to connect to your server unless you run this next command, and that is sudo ufw allow 25565. Now, this writes to your firewall IP tables or something like that. I don't know exactly. But basically it opens up your port for people to connect through to 25565. And why is this necessary? Well, this is just how you are able to interact with the mcserver.jar file, which is the server. And that's pretty much it. Now, all you need to do is make sure you type screen if you are planning to close this right here, like so. As you can see, if you close it after typing that screen command, you should still be able to interact with your server because it is running in the background. If you hadn't run that screen command, the server would shut down by itself, which is not something that we want at all if we're running something like 24/7. Hi, yeah, future me, I forgot to include this. This is somewhat important. If you want your server to, stop after having typed in that screen command, what you need to do is type screen-ls. I typed it in first, and you'll probably get a message that says screen is terminating. It doesn't really matter. Just run the command again. You will get a list of your running screens or whatever that says one socket in whatever, right? Copy this, which will be your Minecraft one, and then type screen-xs, and then put in or paste in your, the name, which is this, and then after that, space quit. And you should not see any sockets there. And when you try to go over to Minecraft, you won't see the server is on or anything like that. So yeah, that's how you stop the screen, aka stop the server from running. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So, detailing the steps again: start the server, type screen, close your window. You should be able to have it running 24/7. If there is ever any issue, you can stop the screen, start the server again, and then stop the screen, start the server, and start the screen again. There you go. Hopefully that will alleviate any issues that you may have with stopping and starting the screen, keeping the server live and whatnot. But yeah, this is how you create a Minecraft server using GoDaddy VPS, virtual private server, of course. If you did like, go ahead, leave a like. If you didn't really like it, if you have some suggestions of what I could have done better, and so on, please go ahead and do so. All the links of information will be provided down below. I didn't specify the 1.17 thing needing OpenJDK in much detail, but I'll list that below as well. There's a bug report on it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Comment down below if there's anything you need help with. I'm sure someone might be knowledgeable enough, like myself, and I'll be sure to reply. And that's pretty much it. Yeah. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.